From gorgonias to rhododendrons, from dolphins to wolves. Within a radius of a few kilometers, the landscape changes completely, revealing extraordinary treasures between the mountain peaks and the sea. These are the parks of Liguria, little gems of nature scattered along the mountains that face the Mediterranean. We will discover them together along the high road of the Ligurian Mountains, a spectacular excursion route that stretches over 400 kilometers inland, mainly along the watershed divide that outlines the region's coastal slope, passing through the heart of the great regional nature parks and connecting to other protected areas by way of specially constructed byways. I, the golden eagle, the queen of raptors, will be your guide on this unforgettable adventure through the natural beauties of Liguria. We go straight east towards the reliefs and valleys of the Antola Park, which dominates the post slope of the Genoese Apennine divide. I'll leave you in the company of the fallow deer. They were introduced some time ago in the Brunetto Valley and have now become perhaps the most common mammals in the protected area. Your guide will be my smaller sister, the buzzard. Many pairs of these birds live here in the park. Follow me. I want to take you now to visit the most important reliefs in this marvelous protected area. The expansive beech woods are now bare, and we can better appreciate the rounded shapes of the reliefs. But don't let appearances fool you. These are quite substantial peaks. Mount Buio and the Prela are 1,400 meters high, while Antola soars to 1,600 meters. The view from the mountaintop spans from the Ligurian Sea across the entire Alpine ridge and can be admired in complete comfort by making a stop at the nearby park refuge, perched high above the Brunetto Valley. When the snow melts, we witness a real spectacle of nature. Animals and plants come out in the open and show off to the best of their ability. Toads are among the first animals to answer the call of spring. Many mammals are also coming out of hibernation and are looking for food in the undergrowth. But the fire salamander is in search of a quiet stream to lay its eggs. Mount Antola, the mountain of the Genoese, is famous for its exceptional flora. Leopard's banes, narcissus, lilies, and globe flowers provide nectar for swarms of butterflies. Over 750 species have been identified, 120 of which are diurnal. The woods are also teeming with life, and, if you'll excuse me, I'll have a snack. introduce you to some of the inhabitants of these woods. The ever-present wild boars were formerly edged out by competition from humans, but now they are quite widespread. The green woodpecker is busily feeding its insatiable young. And the shy roe deer. Now hold on as I show you the beauties of the park from above. The protected area, mostly hilly and mountainous, is bordered on the north by Piedmont and on the east by Emilia-Romagna. It includes two major valleys, the Scribbler Valley and the Trebbia Valley, which have very different geomorphological features. As you can see, the protected area reveals a notable variety of environments: valleys and panoramic peaks, woods, pastures and plains, steep rocky slopes, swift torrents, and placid lakes. This is Lake Brunetto, created in the 1950s by building a large dam. Some secluded coves in the basin are particularly wild habitats. It's no accident that wolves have frequently been seen in the surrounding mountains. On the top of the ridge, woods give way to pastures, creating one of the finest environments in the protected area. The park reveals an exceptional and dense network of paths. Salt routes across the Po Plain, once used by muleteers, are today a joy for excursion enthusiasts and nature lovers, who for one day can at least forget concrete and cars, immersing themselves in this natural paradise. The major excursion destination is Mount Antola, but there are paths for all ages, with very different characteristics and degrees of difficulty. The rock formations of Conglomerato di Savignone are spectacularly scenic. Here are the rocks of Reopasso, naked rock crags that separate the Seminella and Vobbia valleys. Nestled between two great towers of pudding stone, the Castle of Pietra is the most original example of the fortresses that dominated the Antola Valleys in the feudal period. It lies on a stretch of the ancient salt route which ran between Genoa and the Po Plain. Skilled engineers, probably prior to 1200, were expert at understanding and exploiting the singular character of the place. They only completed the extraordinary opportunities offered by the mountain's morphology and adapted it to their needs. The edifice first belonged to the Gavi Marquises and to the Spinola and so on, passing among various noble Genoese families. It's not clear why the unknown medieval builders erected such a magnificent example of fortified military architecture, but in a perfect symbiosis with nature and the surrounding landscape. What is certain is that its excellent strategic location and the absolute impossibility of scaling the natural walls that surrounded it made this edifice practically impregnable.